We have now made our way inside the Vandercook Lake Gym where, unfortunately, we want to be outside, but due to the weather, we're going to be in here taking a look at track practice. And I'm here with the head coach, Shane, and his star runner, Jacob. Shane, I want to start with you. How did you get into coaching track?
Well, I was a four-year runner in high school, and I always wanted to give back to the track community because it's a sport that's kind of not really as popular as, baseball or softball. So I've always just wanted to give back to the kids, especially kids that, want to get better in the sport.
And why did you choose Vandercook, Shane? Out of all the schools in the area, I know, with the opening coming up, but what called to you about Vandercook?
So I actually moved into the district, and I had a lot of friends that went to school here, and I kind of just got roped into athletics in general. And then there's a spot open for an assistant coach on track, and I just took it, and I've been rolling with it since.
Shane, you're a young guy like me, and how is that teaching high schoolers, coaching high schoolers when they're very similar in age to you? How has that been being the head coach?
Well, the first year it took some time. Like they didn't take me seriously, because they saw me as one of them. But then they saw how much I really wanted them to be good at this sport. And I think that really helped. They really started taking me seriously. And now a lot of them look up to me, They really want to know my knowledge of the sport and want to get better.
And Jacob, turning to you now, getting into track, there's so many different disciplines that you can choose from. There's field events, there's track events, there's different distances. You're a sprinter. You run the 100 to 200. Why did you choose that?
Well, I've always been fast since I was little in football and other things, so I think that was what called to me.
You mentioned football. Do you do any other sports outside of track in high school?
Just football and bowling.
Football and bowling, awesome. What position do you play in football?
Receiver and cornerback.
Well, that makes sense for the explosive speed then. And speaking of explosive speed, being a sprinter, you know that you have to get off the blocks early. How do you practice that reaction time?
Just a lot of block starts in practice.
And then being a student here at Vandercook Lake, how has that been for you? And being a senior, what are you looking to do after high school?
Be a machinist over at a shop near here.
And Jacob, being a student here at Vandercook Lake, what has that meant to you? And what has the experience been like your 4 years in high school?
Friends and atmosphere around me. It's just been a good place to go to school.
And then who has been someone that has been a mentor to you throughout your life, whether that's in track, in school, or in life in general?
My dad, my parents, they've been a big help in my life, and it's been great.
That's awesome. Shane, same question to you, because a lot of times the coaches are looked up as that respect and mentor and authority figure, but who has been a mentor for you throughout your life and maybe even getting into your track career?
The biggest one is honestly my high school coach, Dean Blackledge. He's a great guy, and even now I still see him, still talk to him when I can, and I even get pointers from him now. I'm like, as a coach, you still learn just as much as an athlete does, So you never stop learning, and that's what he taught me. So I always talk to him and other coaches as I can to just be better, just be a better coach for the kids.
Well, that is amazing, and now you have the ability to give that back to your star students. Well, next up on Varsity Voices, Jacob and I are going to try to sprint against each other. Shane may even join in as well, but I'm going to need some pointers first from Jacob on how to really sprint well. Well, now Jacob's going to take me to school and teach me how to be a good sprinter. And Jacob, I would assume that before you sprint, you want to stretch, make sure your muscles are ready to go, right?
Yeah, you actually do actives, which is where you do like butt kickers, high knees, toe touches is what we call them.
Okay.
And then we static stretch after the workout.
And see, I would think static stretch before, because I don't want to pull a hamstring, but so you're saying like the high knees and the butt kickers to get things ready?
Yeah.
Because with sprinting, it's all in the legs, right?
Yep.
So when you go work out, do you do a lot of arm lifting as well for upper body, or is it mainly focused on leg days?
It's everything. So you can do arm and legs, so it's a bit of everything.
Oh, awesome. So when you're getting ready to sprint, what is a good position to get into to get that explosive off the block?
Well, you'll basically get into, say this is the line. You would get right here, and this would be about your form right here. And that's how you would do it.
So with the hands, I see you have your thumb and pointer finger kind of parallel to the line. Can you not be over the line, or why don't you put your hands out like this, like a web?
Because you have to be right behind the line. So you have to do this.
And the one thing, because I did swimming in high school too, and this is one thing I never understood, is do you have your power, your dominant foot behind you, or is that the foot out in front?
That's the one you push off of. So there's a little guide you can do. So if you lean forward and whatever leg catches you, that's your power leg, and that's what you push off of. Like lean forward, don't react, just whatever leg.
All right, so not like a trust fall
without
anyone catching me then. All right.
All right, so your right would be your power leg. No, flip the legs. So this would be your front foot, so you push off.
Oh. So I thought push off would be behind the back leg. Is that like this?
Yeah.
So then, do you rock back to start, kind of get a push, or do you have to stay pretty still?
Stay pretty still.
Okay.
And then you'd lift up and then you'd go. Yeah, pretty much.
Perfect. Well, now thanks to Jacob's expert coaching, I'm going to verse him and his head coach Shane in some suicide drills, and hopefully I can get my first win of the episode.
3, 2, 1,
Jacob, great job. It also proves why I do TV and I'm not in sports. Once again, I have failed at my own max versus. You can hear it in my voice. I am gassed. So we'll wrap things up here at Vandercook right after this. Thank you both for being on. Best of luck with the remainder of your season. I wish I was faking that.
Reshoot, I fell.
And I'm now still currently out of breath as I stand outside Vandercook High School as we saw Jacob and his head coach Shane beat me in a suicide sprint off. That just shows I need to train and work harder for next month's episode, where I'll be highlighting 3 more unique student athletes, their coaches, and their sports. Please join us for the next episode of Varsity Voices. If you would like to nominate your student athlete for a chance to be featured on the show, scan the QR code or go to jtv.tv/Varsity Voices to fill out the application form.